Welcome to Beardy, Bruce Lee Central.
Hey everybody, it's Birdie here. What's going on, guys? Okay, so Betty Ting Pei, she is a famous Hong Kong actress and she was a close friend of Bruce Lee's. Some even speculate she was Bruce Lee's lover, and actually in this interview she confirms that she indeed was Bruce Lee's girlfriend at the time. And she also confirms that Bruce Lee's brother, Robert Lee, was together with Nora Miao, another famous Hong Kong actress. A lot of people speculated that Bruce Lee and Nora Miao were lovers, but it was actually his brother, Robert Lee, that was together with Nora Miao. And Betty Ting Pei confirms this in this interview. And she also confirms what she thinks is the reason that Bruce Lee died. And the reason being a heart condition. I've never heard about this theory before, and I don't know if it's legit or not, but that is what she thinks. She thinks that Bruce Lee had a heart condition, and that this heart condition somehow was kept a secret from everyone. So, well, here's the interview. Take a look.
那怎么样都要把我跟李小龙这一段这个我们两个人的缘分，对，为什么呢？因为这些不是三言两语可以说的，对不对？还有人家对你的误解，你不是说很普通的误解。最不舒服的就是，譬如说事情发生了，我才26岁，然后我自己已经就给吓得已经不知道怎么办了，那我也没有任何一个人帮我，我根本也没有做主权嘛。他家人觉得我跟他是朋友，当然觉得不是这么好，或者也不知道怎么办嘛。就是说他家人说，不要说从你家送出来的，他先表示他很喜欢我嘛。那你想想看，我怎么可能会不喜欢他呢？而且他是很特别的，
你介意我问一个可能大家会很好奇的一个问题吗？很多影迷，苗可秀是他的女朋友吗？在那个
不是，苗可秀是他弟弟的女朋友。他的弟弟是叫 Robert Lee，是苗可秀是 Robert 的女朋友。化妆又很清秀，我不懂他为什么。我现在想，后来我女儿说。那我觉得你比较好啊，他为什么要喜欢苗可秀？当然喜欢你了，我女儿这么说。但我心里是在想，我好像因为我小的时候，人家都觉得我是飞女嘛。
哦，飞女就是说那样不太好的女孩是吧？
就是比较大胆，飞女嘛，对不对？有个飞字嘛，都是比较
在反复的想，你就比如她身体不好，她那天吃了什么东西，或者突然发生了什么病。
我觉得这个应该，我觉得在我来说到现在，肯定我觉得是非常自然的。他还有昏倒一次都没有人跟我讲，他太太知道，周文怀知道，但是没有人跟我说，这不可能是不自然。
但我觉得不可能，一个那么年轻的人，如果不是突然发生一些什么疾病的话，他怎么可能突然一下？
那不是就是那问题吗？对不对？心脏停止吗？我觉得他从小的身体不是这么好，因为他的小名叫小凤。
What really happened? Okay, so that day, Bruce and Raymond Chow had an agreement. They were going to meet up with Betty Ting Pei in her apartment and they were going to discuss a new upcoming movie. So Raymond Chow went and picked up Bruce Lee at his at his house, and they were going to drive over to Betty Ting Pei's apartment. And Raymond Chow already noticed that Bruce Lee wasn't looking too well. Look at this picture. This is just a few days before Bruce Lee passed away. I mean, just look at this picture. This is so unusual for Bruce. Bruce always looked like $1 million. And this guy, I mean, it's unrecognizable. It's not like seeing Bruce Lee at all. He looks half dead already. Look at him. This is a guy that's in serious trouble. And Raymond Chow said that, okay, we don't have to do this today. And Bruce Lee insisted that, no, we're going to do this today. We're going to go to the apartment and have the business meeting. And Raymond said, okay, let's do it. So they left, they drove to her apartment, they met up there, and Raymond Chow left them alone because he was going to go and pick up George Lazenby, because George Lazenby was going to be in Bruce Lee's next movie. So Betty Ting Pei and Bruce Lee was there. They sat there in her apartment and they were discussing the new upcoming movie. And Bruce was just out of it. That whole day he was just wasn't feeling well. And he drank water, it didn't help. Then he asked for an aspirin, and Betty Ting Pei gave him the aspirin. And by the way, that aspirin is just a generic aspirin. That's the most common painkiller in Hong Kong. Bruce Lee had been taking that painkiller for decades. It's nothing special, and it did nothing to him, because people think that that painkiller somehow killed Bruce Lee. That's just nonsense. Bruce Lee had taken those painkillers for decades. It's the most common painkiller in Hong Kong. So actually, it's the quite opposite. The painkiller didn't do enough. Bruce Lee was used to painkillers that were 100 times stronger, and this painkiller just did nothing for him. So if he had had his own painkillers with him, he might have reduced the swelling in his brain when he was at her apartment. But his painkillers was at his house, so didn't have them available. So he said, okay, I'm just out of it. I'm going to rest a few hours here on the bed. And he drank the painkiller, he went to rest, and he basically never woke up. And after half an hour, Betty Ting Pei was like, what's going on here? He's not responding at all. She went to check on him. He didn't respond at all. He was just out cold. And she got concerned, so she called Raymond Chow. And Raymond Chow came to the apartment and said that he tried to wake up Bruce. Bruce didn't respond. So Raymond Chow called his personal doctor to come and take a look at Bruce. And he came and he wasn't able to wake Bruce. And that's when they knew that we are in serious trouble now. So they called the ambulance. The ambulance came really quick. They picked him up. They drove him to the hospital, the nearest hospital. And they tried everything to save him. But the swelling had already gotten so serious that they couldn't reduce it. It was just too little too late. And this was not a surprise for the people that were around Bruce Lee, because take a look at him. He just looked completely worn out. He was just half dead. Plus the fact that he already had collapsed. He already was in the hospital just a few weeks earlier. And that's what annoys me a lot here, is that people, they respected Bruce Lee so much that no one dared to tell him something. No one dared to force him to go to the hospital. No one said, Bruce, listen up here. You're going to the fucking hospital right now. No one did that. No one had the guts to do that because they were afraid. They were afraid that Bruce Lee was just gonna, fire them or just stop being their friend or whatever. They were afraid of Bruce. He had so much power and influence that they were afraid to talk back to him. So no one actually told him the truth. They were too scared of him to tell him the truth. And Bruce Lee had a crazy temper. The people that knew him knew that Bruce Lee had a crazy temper. So if you told him that you have to go to the doctor, he might snap at you, and say that, no, I don't need a doctor, and just go on. So, no one just took that situation and forced him to go to the doctor. He unfortunately had to make that decision himself because no one could make that decision for him. And, his ego was literally too huge for him to submit to a doctor. And he thought that he could just ride this wave out and he's not in danger. And that's a problem when you have yes people around you. Everyone just says yes, no one says no, If someone just picked up on this, just look at him, look at the picture. He looks like he's dying. If someone just said, Bruce, enough is enough. Let's get you to the hospital now. Let's get you to the doctor. You need attention right now. No one did that. If someone had done that, Bruce Lee would have been alive today. So that is really, really sad. So after trying to save him at the hospital, they couldn't. He was already too late, and he passed away around 11 o'clock that night. And Raymond Chow called his wife Linda, told him the bad news. She came over. It was too late when she came over, already too late. And that's that, man. Those are the last hours of Bruce Lee's life. It's just really, really sad that it had to end that way. But you know, what are you gonna do? You can't blame anyone really. It's Bruce Lee's own choice. I've talked about this before. Everything he did was his own choice. No one controlled him. No one told him what to do. And you know, when you are someone like Bruce Lee, you are just up in the skies. You know, everything is going your way. And he had like the most amazing body in human history. You know, he thought he was invincible. But you know, the body can only take so much. Even Bruce Lee's body. A normal person would have died 10 years earlier, you know, from all that exercise and all that wear and tear. Bruce Lee managed to hold on for another 10 years with that insane regiment. And I mean, just, yeah, it's crazy what he pulled off. So, but you know, eventually his body just said enough is enough. And unfortunately, he wasn't at his own home when this happened. He was a ticking time bomb. That's the thing. It's just a matter of luck at this point. If he had been like in his own home when this happened, he could have taken his own painkillers and reduced the swelling in his brain and survived. So it's just, you know, dumb luck, if you want to say it that way. Just pure luck, dumb luck. And that day was just unlucky. Unlucky that he was away from his own home and had a severe swelling in his brain, and that's that. So there you go, guys. That's what actually happened the last hours of Bruce Lee's life. And no one is to blame except Bruce himself. And maybe other people can learn from his mistakes. Maybe other types like Bruce, MMA people, martial artists, celebrities, whatever. Even you guys at home listening, if you're working out, listen to your body, man. Listen to your body. It's so important that you listen to your body. If your body is hurting somewhere, it's your back, it's your knee, it's your head, it's your neck, don't just mask it with painkillers. Your body is trying to tell you something. Something is wrong. That's why the pain is there. Evolution sorted that out. There's a reason that nerves can conduct pain, because they're trying to tell you something. Something is wrong here. Fix it. Don't just mask it, fix it. Bruce Lee just masked it. He didn't fix it. He masked it with painkillers. That was a huge mistake. Fix the root cause of your pain, okay? That is the lesson you can take from Bruce Lee, okay? Remember that, guys. Okay, thank you for listening. See you later. Bye.